Any of you who backed us, thank you very much. Any of you who promoted us, thank you very much. And even if you just thought about it, thank you. Next time, get in on it.
Is there a, for those that didn't back the figures on Kickstarter, would they be able to still get in on those? Because you've seen the prototypes, some of the prototypes are here, and I know a lot of people have asked, can I still get in on it?
Right, there are only 2 items on Kickstarter that were exclusive to Kickstarter. One is the Black Raven battle pack. It included a Screaming Raven head, a black Screaming Raven head, the Raven battle helmet, and the blood, what do we call it, blood sword, or what?
Blood saber?
The blood saber, which is the sword that they'll get. Just the Black Raven version of that was exclusive on Kickstarter. We will have other versions of that available. And Minotaur the Duck, it's kind of the mascot of this whole thing, was exclusive to Kickstarter. So you won't be able to get those anywhere else. Maybe in some future alternate versions of those, but not what was available on Kickstarter. But in spring 2014, all the Ravens variants will be available on storehorsemen.com. So you'll be able to get them there. To purchase things earlier than anybody else. I mean, it's kind of like a subscription, but you're not just going to be automatically getting something every month. Like I said, you'll be notified when things are going to be happening, and you're going to get early access, you're going to get discounts depending on what level you join up. So depending on how popular it gets, we might be able to do a subscription. Right now it's kind of a, kind of a niche item, so I think a monthly newsletter and the fan club is probably about as close as we're going to get to a subscription right now.
We don't really release product regularly enough for it to make sense, I don't think. With Mattel doing a subscription, you've got a nice monthly rollout. For us, we base a lot around the conventions and special events like that. So to charge people for a subscription where you may go for 4 or 5 months without an item doesn't really seem like a fair approach. So that's why the Power Lords fan club is kind of for us, it's a nice in-between.
For your original property, Seventh Kingdom, Gothmetropolis, have you guys ever been approached by, or alternately, have you approached anybody about doing separate media, comics, web series, that kind of thing, to kind of promote it a little bit more? Because that stuff's awesome, and I'd love to see it on TV or in a comic or on a video screen or whatever.
Can you see the collective frustration on everybody's faces?
And I'm sorry, I did not mean to frustrate you.
No, we have both approached and been approached, and so far things are, nothing has happened. And
the right thing hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, the right thing hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
It will. We're working on it.
That's a very uphill climb. Like, I mean, we've been trying in some form or another for at least 10 years now on various different properties, and we've gotten close on some things. We've tried to do more on our own. It's a number of factors. Money is a factor, because even to get it to the point where you can pitch it properly, it takes a lot of money to do it, and more importantly, it takes a lot of time to do it right. And so for us, we have our day-to-day work, which is Mattel, Masters, DC, what have you, and that is really what pays the bills and allows us to do this other type of creative ventures. And then when it comes to that stuff, it's also a matter of taking the time to make those figures, because I mean that's what we do. We're toy makers. So to get into some of this other stuff, with like script writing and creating pitch art and all of that, it's tough to justify spending all that time on doing that and not making, A, the Mattel toys, and then, B, the Four Horsemen toys.
Yeah, making action figures is kind of what we do, and we're trying to do other things to help promote ourselves. But if you guys know any wealthy investors that would like to help out, send them our way. Are you asking if we were relieved when we found out the DC subscription didn't go through?
What were your feelings about that?
Oh, we were upset. We love that line. I mean, I think we've taken that line pretty darn far, a lot farther than a lot of people ever thought it would. You got characters like Killer Moth that whoever thought you'd see a figure of that guy. But even as far as we got with that line, we know that there was still quite a ways we could go with that. There were some teams that we wanted to finish up. There were a lot of fan favorite characters and favorites of ours, granny goodness, that we wanted to do. But everything will eventually come to an end. Unfortunately, that had to. Mattel's still working on a lot of other DC products. So even though DC Universe Classics, as it stood, or I guess at the end it was DC Universe, had come to an end, it's not dead. You know, it's not dead in the water.
Yeah, that line, you know, is not at a complete dead end at this point. I think they'll, because also there was a lot of work that was done with figures that they showed at San Diego. So, you know, Mattel's not going to want to waste those resources. So, you know, it may be a quarterly release, or something like that. I don't think
con
it'll come,
exclusives of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's going to come to a complete stop. It's just, you know, more as we've known it for the past couple of years.
Here's the thing: we're going to fight to get at least one of those Doomsdays out, if not both of them.
Woo!
We don't know if it'll happen, but we're definitely going to fight our hearts at least in that.
If you could have any license in the world, what your deepest wish?
Star Wars.
Which one? What is it?
Well, let's go down the line.
Wait,
Yeah, we'll
what was
finish.
the question?
If we
Yeah,
have
that's a
one
great
license
question.
in the world,
Oh,
Starting at that end or this end?
You want me to start?
Go ahead, dog.
I want to do the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons toys. I just picked some of those up.
Masters was first and Power Lords was second.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm on a pretty good run here. Dungeons and Dragons is a good one, I have to say. I don't know. I mean, Power Lords was the one I was really hunting for a while, so I'm satisfied with that for a while.
OMFG.
6-inch scale height. Then you'd have to change the moniker though. They're not minifigures anymore. It's true.
oh,
Macro
what scale would
figures.
be in DB? Because they're smaller.
No, I wouldn't want to do the minis.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not a little fun.
I really, I don't know. Yeah, I don't
Just
know.
don't be afraid, just ask for help.
No, I don't need help. I just, I really, I want to.
Or
No,
Dolph.
Twisted
Dolph
Sister.
Lundgren.
No. No, I just really want, I mean, to acquire another license, I think I want to see our stuff go through, like, big time, and all the way. It's done. We have a lot, we have a lot of licenses.
Mac McCoy.
Work and schedules and.
Corn Boy and the Bad Mothers action figures. I've always been, and I've said it in almost every interview we've ever done, I'm a huge Fantastic Four fan, so if we ever got the chance to sit down and do Fantastic Four the way we envisioned it, that's what I want to do. But besides that, Micronauts. Micronauts has always been my love as far as toy lines. And with the experience we've gotten in the toy industry over the last few years, I think we can tear that line a new hole.
As you guys were talking about it, I was thinking, does anyone remember the Zoids?
Yeah.
Zoids. That could be
Zoids.
really cool,
Yeah.
especially with the Glio system. I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
That could play
Yeah.
up really well. Mechanical dinosaur robot monster.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Thank you very much. That was Four Horsemen.